Introduction: The influence of Stoicism and compliments. I have a question for you. When was the last time you spoke to a woman that truly caused her to light up, which caused her to gaze at you with respect, admiration, and perhaps even that attraction spark if you can't, or if you've been utilizing the same old lines keep coming up? Hey, I'm James, and in this video, I'll give you 6 strong praises. Things will help people remember you. These aren't your typical gals. Compliments are emotional stimulants that appeal to her most intense cravings, and when you utilize them properly, I promise, the outcomes will astound you. So this is what the majority of men completely miss. They go for the mark with flattery. Things like how lovely or attractive you seem, dresses that are surface level but fine level. These accolades are the issue. She's heard them, so don't stick why. Enough times to create a permanent impression. You should concentrate on what helps her stand out and makes ladies want to be noticed and comprehended in ways that beyond just glances. When you express your awareness, her passions, personality, and even small peculiarities that set you apart from practically every other man, and you are aware of this concept of examining more closely and observing things for their true selves, which is something that the Stoics comprehended well rather than becoming enmeshed in the surface. They concentrated on the core of what actually matters. So when you give her praise for beyond her appearance, you're utilizing something even greater significant, something that will actually create an impact. Before we jump in, pause to sign up if you're prepared to change the way you manage relationships. Utilizing the strength of each video is a step closer to Stoicism. Controlling your thoughts and creating more powerful and significant relationships. Let's get straight to the initially praise. You have such a special way of examining things right now. You may be thinking, yeah, that sounds fairly easy. Yes, but let me explain. This compliment has a lot of power behind it, and it goes beyond the simply put. It's about what they represent to a woman. When you say this, you're telling her this without hesitation, that you respect her and her individuality viewpoint on the globe. And let's be first compliment. We all want to feel real for a moment, like our ideas and opinions are important, correct, particularly with relation to something as profound as our viewpoint on this compliment touches on something in life. We all yearn for the necessity of being seen and valued. For women, like more than just our appearance. Everyone else desires to experience the importance of minds is equal to that of appearance. They like to feel intelligent, enlightening, and above all heard, so she will share her next time. Ideas, whether they are related to a book she's reading, a recent film she's seen, or even her perspective on an event that's taking on in the universe, pauses for a moment, rather than nodding in agreement, and on to the next topic. Pause for a moment to truly respect her viewpoint. Say something. Wow, that's such a fantastic method too. Look at that, I hadn't considered it. Manner in which you're telling her a praise. The fact that you see her as more than your attractive face indicates that you respect her as having a profoundly special. Remember to tell her that you're someone who is trustworthy and worth listening to, that strikes in a different way. And here is where we can incorporate some Stoicism. Give it some thought. The Stoics teach us the significance of concentrating on what we can authority, and one aspect of that is how we interact with people in ways we cannot control. Although someone else feels or thinks, we can regulate our Stoic reaction to them. Would imply that the manner in which we seem in our encounters and our capacity to value others for who they are at their core. Our authority by providing a compliment that transcends superficial commendation. You're demonstrating that you understand the depth of a person's personality, which reflects who you are. Comprehension and development in a manner that you're observing virtues and putting insight into practice. Seeing past appearances and valuing the genuine nature of a person. Therefore, the next time you wish to be unique and create a genuine impression, don't simply discard the normally, "You look stunning." Instead, strive to respect her for the attributes that truly get her to believe me when you do. This will result in a considerably larger, "All right, okay, let's get started." There's something about the second compliment, about your energy, that's really fascinating. Now, this one is a why game changer, as it's not about, "There's something about her appearance." It's more about the vibe she conveys. Second compliment. Off that completely magnetic but undetectable power that illuminates a space. You understand that sensation when someone enters, and all of a sudden, everything feels a little brighter, which is her work-related vigor. And by drawing attention to it, you're telling while doing something strong, because you perceive this intangible in her characteristic that defines her. Here's women, like everyone else, they have a special energy. That's the way they speak and the way they move. They give others the impression that they are not even attempting to find her serene demeanor that immediately calms folks down, or her excitement, which uplifts the entire atmosphere of a group. Identifying this energy demonstrates you value her despite her flaws. Simply the way she appears, and the worst part, not everyone receives this compliment. Observes that understated yet potent vibe that is brought into a space. Yet, when you're not merely handing her a compliment, you're acknowledging her. For a thing that keeps her healthy, imagine that you're at a get-together or party. Together, and she's standing there. In place of, but across the room from concentrating on her smile or her attire, you're noticing how easily she makes everyone in her vicinity feel at ease, with her natural capacity to reduce stress or you're observing the flow of the conversation. Assert that you are aware of something regarding your enthusiasm is what makes you so intriguing. Simply make everything this way. When you speak from the heart, it seems right, and truly intend it. She'll sense that acknowledgement in her bones, and it will strike distinct. It's more than just a remark. Sincere recognition of the energy she enters each chamber with. Come on, let's connect this to Stoicism due to a deeper level of the Stoics here, particularly Marcus. According to what Aurelius and Seneca taught, wisdom is gained via observation of the world and the individuals there with clarity, without being preoccupied with superficial conclusions they held, and knowing the fundamentals of everything in identifying a person's actual nature. Transcend their outward appearance when you provide "you're doing this kind of flattery." Precisely that you're admitting not only the way she looks, but her energy and the core of who she is influences her surroundings. It's a third compliment method of viewing things as they actually are, free from becoming entangled in little details. In the same manner, Stoicism pushes us to behave with virtue and discernment in all of our exchanges. This compliment demonstrates that you're doing more than simply responding to what's you're seeing in front of you, and recognizing the more profound attributes, that this is where others would overlook it. Stoicism's beauty is revealed via putting this type of mindfulness into practice. By genuinely observing the individuals, you're demonstrating respect when you interact with not only for them, but also for you. You're exercising self-control in the way that you provide something in your communication, significant as opposed to a surface-level remark. You're exhibiting virtue just by, like the Stoics instructed us to do, when you claim that your enthusiasm is compelling. You're not just giving her praise. You can see her essence expressing gratitude, her for everything that is authentic about her, and that is what establishes the link, increasingly stronger between you two. That's the sort of acknowledgement that people long for, something that transcends the surface directly to the heart. And by doing this, you're not just strengthening your relationship with her, that you're working on something far more extensive, true mindfulness, genuine gratitude, and the ability to recognize compliments people for who they really are. Thirdly, you have a strong interest for what you do is motivating now, passion, man. It's among the most alluring attributes an individual can possess, and it becomes even more potent when you see it in her. Consider it. When she discusses anything that energizes her, regardless of the project, a pastime, or perhaps an issue, she strongly feels that she is revealing a piece of herself. That's authentic and unadulterated. And when you keep in mind that you're not just applauding her actions, you're recognizing her identity. Picture this. She is discussing her most recent endeavor, her eyes and energetic voice beaming as she describes her vision. Perhaps it's a cause near and dear to her, or a fresh artistic endeavor she's embarking on, rather than merely stating and nodding. Try stating that you're so enthusiastic about your work. It's genuinely motivating. That's a lasting compliment isn't about the task at hand, involves identifying you're seeing her in the drive behind it. Fourth, compliment ambition, commitment, and hours spent. Putting it in is similar to giving a little homage to her persona and her values. When you express your admiration for this aspect of her, that you're claiming to recognize the most profound aspects of her, is more than simply her surface or appearance. Level attributes. And here is where Stoicism comes in. Connects to wonderfully, the Stoics appreciated life, having intention, embracing work, and discovering purpose in all that we do. Whether the assignment is minor or something, it's important to bring honesty and purpose to it by acknowledging her. You're reflecting those Stoic people's passion, values, recognizing that her something motivates activities, virtue-driven and significant. It's not just concerning the outcome, but the process, work, and the principles that drive her. Giving her praise for her devotion isn't just about giving her a moment of happiness. It's to let her know that you see and cherish the things that are really important to her, and that serves as the basis for a relationship that is far more profound than when you use weak flattery like this. You're not merely praising her, you're also providing the area where she can shine the brightest, genuine manner possible. So when you acknowledge the enthusiasm you're expressing to her, you admire her drive, her enthusiasm, and her purpose. And believe me when I say that's what makes you before we dive. Everything will be unforgettable. If you're enjoying reading so far, please return. It would be wonderful to hear from you in the remarks about the most potent praise you've ever offered or received. Please leave a remark with your response below, and let's have a discussion on what actually has an effect when it comes to thanks for the compliments. Let's continue. Fourth, you make everyone happy. Around you feels so at ease right now. The reason one is so valuable is that it taps into something profoundly significant about how she makes other people feel. Consider it in any social setting. Women are frequently the ones who bear the emotional burden. Ensure that nobody feels excluded. Bring individuals together and establish a setting where everyone is comfortable. And when you observe that after taking a pause to acknowledge her innate talent, wow, to make people feel at ease. That's strong. Picture yourself at a party. Perhaps it's a gathering of individuals you don't fully understand. Some people are silent in the corner and a little shy. 5 compliments. However, there is also her. She is the one who easily gets everyone talking about, draws a participant into the discussion, who makes the sexiest person feel noticed, and heard. You observe her movements, making everyone in the room grin, comforting them without even. She has this, trying that is not an accident, special capacity to interact with individuals on a profound level, and when you observe, don't keep it to yourself. Instead, take a, let me just add that I adore the way you make everyone is at ease. It's such an amazing present that goes well beyond simply a compliment. It's an acknowledgement of her generosity and emotional intelligence, her capacity to unite individuals and reassure them that you're not merely observing her behavior, but the trust, as well as the intention and care behind them. Here's where I have a significant influence. When the Stoic mindset is used, the Stoics held that virtues had great power, such as compassion, empathy, and kindness. They recognized that our relationships, how we interact with others, how we make them feel as though they are among the greatest crucial elements of leading a happy life. By acknowledging her potential to make people are relaxed when you reflect. Those Stoic principles you're recognizing, her emotional intelligence and the good, she infuses the world with vitality, which is based on a thorough comprehension of people and the importance of interpersonal relationships. This praise also relates to witnessing her power in a more subdued manner. Women don't have to be noisy or forceful and assertive at times, yet occasionally the silent power that results from creating people's sense of security and acceptance is just as strong, if not stronger, when you show her that you see this by highlighting it. Her for her actual self, not only on the surface, but her depth character. When you observe and recognize this aspect of her, that you're not merely praising her behavior, you're understanding the emotional, the intellect behind those acts. You're allowing her room to feel valued for its intangible attributes that, believe me, make her exceptional. The next time you see her, she will remember it. Or something transient that you're valuing the intangible attributes that give her. If we take a step back, it will become irreplaceable. And take into account this from the perspective of Stoicism. There's a deeper meaning here. Conclusion: the secret to real connection and attraction. The Stoics frequently discussed how character and presence have an impact on the Marcus Aurelius wrote on the world around us. Regarding how every one of us is capable of add to the overall harmony of life via our deeds and vitality when she makes everything, you tell her. Feel more enthusiastic as you're admitting she's exhibiting this Stoic principle in her own unique manner. Her vitality has a cascading effect that raises the experience of people in her immediate vicinity, and it's not something that everyone can accomplish. It's a lovely and uncommon present, so when you give her a direct look and declare that you have. In this manner, everything feels more thrilling since you're not merely, you're making a compliment for her. During a genuine moment of connection, you're conveying to her that her distinct essence is something you value and observe. And let me explain, that type of recognition is unforgettable, strengthens your relationship and informs her that she is respected for more than simply her work, but for the delight and enthusiasm she enters your life. And now here's the secret. Delivery is crucial. If your compliments might out as phony or forced, won't have the same impact that you must. Look her in the eyes and say it meaningfully. Talk with assurance and allow her to sense the authenticity with which you speak. The more powerful you are, the more will be appreciated. So here's your choose one of these compliments as a challenge. This week, give it a try, but don't just hurry into it and wait until the appropriate time. When seeing her makes you feel at ease, you'll know you've hit the mark when your eyes light up. If this video was useful to you, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell notice. See you soon. 1.